Hi from the Daily Eye. I'm Vinta Nanda. It's been a while. March, as it turns out, had plans. It began with the launch of WIFF LIT, the literature vertical of the Waterfront Indie Film Festival. 2 days, conversations that didn't rush to conclusions, authors who didn't speak in sound bites. Sheila Chaman, Mihir Chitre, Joy Bimal Roy, Javed Siddiqui, Satya Saran, Nadira Zahir Babar. In conversation with Prema Govindan, Satya Saran, Gajra Kothari and myself, we spoke about writing for screen, for stage, for memory, about lives lived inside stories, and stories that refuse to end neatly. Then came Berlin, or at least a piece of it in Mumbai, facilitating Indian participants at Berlinale, hosted by the Consul General of Germany, Christoph Hallier, and his wonderfully warm wife, Sibyl.
Less than a week ago, the 76th edition of the International Berlin Festival came to an end. Ilka Chatak's Yellow Letters took home the festival's top prize, the Golden Bear.
I had WIM vendors on one side, and I had Arundhati on the other side, trying to convince and mediate between the two. But it was the leadership of Trisha which made it possible for me to remain grounded.
The kind of love and care that they do, and that's the reason I think that's always motivating me to make another film.
Queer narratives are no longer framed only through struggle, but through complexity, honor, tenderness, and their living experience.
And I also managed to catch a couple of films, and I think it was great to see the kind of community of just film lovers that the festival is able to bring together. Even to see such huge audiences for small, obscure documentaries was, as a cinephile, that was like a joy to experience.
And every theatre, whether you go to Blue Max or any theatre, all the 40 theatres are filled up,
Followed by an evening that didn't ask to be understood, only experienced. Heiner Goebbels and his Oracle machine.
This Völklinger Hütte was established in 1873. Coincidentally, tonight we are here at the Great Eastern Mills, which were also founded in 1873. Something like that.
No, I mistrust my ideas, and I think the treasure of the past and many voices, polyphony of biographies, is so much richer than one person can imagine or can create. So, for example, for this work, I worked a lot with archival voices from different countries and different times. Some voices were recorded in prisoner of war camps in the First World War in Germany, and I tried to find out what these prisoners, what they were singing, and to understand it as a message to us now.
G5A, 3 Franco-German films, no noise, no hype, just cinema of Felix and Camille doing its job. The Consulate General of Germany, in partnership with Matthew Bijot of Institut Français India.
Like, your life is like taking you through some journey, and I think that we have a practice of always documenting things that are happening to us. We're working together as directors, being a couple in life, you mix everything, which is great, and you have also to figure out like how to just put some limits so that your whole life doesn't become working on films.
Finally, Delhi, the first edition of the International Film Festival of Delhi. Government-backed, yes, but also filled with people still choosing to care about cinema. WIFF Mumbai showcased 5 filmmakers: Divya Kharnare, Varun Tandon, Tina Kaur Pasricha, Tathagata Ghosh, and Nishi Dugar. We also hosted a panel, not to agree, but to think, on the opportunities and challenges of independent cinema. Barnali Ray Shukla, Pubali Chaudhary, Aranya Sahai, Tanmay Shekhar, Mol Shri. People who are still doing the work quietly and consistently. Somewhere in all of this, we were felicitated by Vani Tripathi Tikku.
Film festivals are not about calling 1,000 odd people and making them see some 200 great films. It is about literacy of cinema.
Which felt less like a moment to announce and more like one to absorb. Also, there was Neville Tully's archive at the festival, a reminder that cinema doesn't
The manner by
disappear.
which the mind formulates ideas, incorporates it into the psyche, is mediocre to the core.
All of this brought together as an event managed by none other than Sabas Joseph and his amazing company Wizcraft.
Tribute to Gurudat Saab, we've got tribute to Shakti Samataji, and we've got an entire collection of awards, trophies, whole lot of stuff that dreams are made of.
So yes, that was March. Not content, not highlights, just live time. Cinema, culture and art hold what the world often drops. They question power and keep empathy alive. When noise overwhelms and certainty breaks, they remind us how to feel, think, and remain human together. Hi from the Daily Eye. I'm Vinta Nanda, and I'm gonna see you next week.